This is the third video in translating between numerical expressions and English words. Let's quickly review the four operations and the key phrases for each one as we translate each of these expressions. For addition, the translation is the sum of 3 and 5. For subtraction, it translates as the difference of 4 from 9. Remember that in differences we go to the right first. For multiplication, this translates as the product of 8 by 2. And finally, for division, this one translates as the quotient of 24 by 6. Very often, numerical expressions contain two or more operators in the same numerical expression. We always begin by using the terminology for the principal operator first. The principal operator is that operation which would be the last one done when you were evaluating the expression, or whenever grouping symbols are used. It is the operator which lies outside the grouping symbols. In our first example, we see that we have a division sign that lies outside the grouping symbols. This translates as the quotient of. We know that quotients go to the left, and on the left we see a subtraction sign which translates as the difference of. Remembering that differences go to the right, we take 7 from 17, and then we finish our quotient with the connecting word by 5. In our next example, we see an addition sign outside the grouping symbol, which translates as the sum of. Sums go to the left, and on the left we see a multiplication sign which translates as the product of 10 by 3. Using our connecting word for sum, which is and, we go back to the right side where we see a division sign which translates as the quotient of. Quotients go to the left, of 18 by 6. In our third example, we see that there are grouping symbols inside grouping symbols. These are called nested grouping symbols. As before, we will begin our translation with the principal operator, the operator that is outside the grouping symbols, which is a division sign. But then, which operation do we go to next? To help us figure this out, let's figure out how we would have evaluated this expression using the order of operations, and then we will translate in the exact reverse order. If we were evaluating, we first of all would have done the multiplication, then we would have done the subtraction, and finally the division. Now we know that we need to translate the division, then the subtraction, and finally the multiplication. So let's start with our division sign, which translates as the quotient of. Quotients go to the left. On the left we see a subtraction sign which translates as the difference of. Differences go to the right. On the right we see a product of 4 by 3. This product is taken from 37, and we finish using the last connecting word by 5. Finally, take some time to review any parts of the video you need to review and try these two practice problems below. One translates from numerical numbers, numerical expression, into English words. The other is from English words into numerical expressions. When you finish these, bring them to your next math class.